Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Sable, where I had a look around and I do believe that I have figured out where the Trail of Symbols is supposed to lead from here, but it's a little tricky to follow for a reason that I really don't feel like is my fault. So if we jump down here, we had followed it to the end of the canal here, right? I think they actually do want you to go out here, and you can already see kind of the problem. The symbol is on this boat, but from here, from this angle, it's really easy to not notice that that is the symbol. And you'll notice that like the distance that you're viewing it from and the angle that you're viewing it at make a big difference. Like right here, it's fine. If we're viewing it from almost any distance from this side, it's fine. But you can even see the side of it is receding into the boat a little bit here. From down the tunnel, like it just looks like a bit of weird shading, and this game has a lot of weird shading and shadow flicker and stuff. So, very easy to not notice it. Then it does a thing that I think really sucks, where, oh, okay, the symbol's here, and then from here you can clearly see there. But if you run over there, all it's going to really do is make it easier for you to see that there's a symbol on this rock over here. So it kind of like, it makes you swim the wrong way for a while. But yeah, once we clear these rocks here, you'll see that rock in the middle of those two, behind them, has the symbol on it. And there's a little alcove underneath where the symbol is. I've not actually gone in there just yet, but I mean, I reckon it's got to be down there. But before we do that, looking at this also made me realize there's a chum up here, so we're going to go get this chum. We're going to go give this chum a hug. Oh, come on, okay. Come on, okay. Boy. This game. You know, it's charming, but gosh, it needed more time in the oven. Like, for real, a lot more time in the oven. I can't imagine what making something like this is like. And finding all the weird little collision edges and stuff. Like, how do you QA something like this without a huge team? But yeah, see, this is right under... Is this where we're going? Okay. Yeah, and stuff like that. Like, every time you get into or out of the water, the camera just decides that it wants to be in a different place, and there's a lot of stuff about this game that is just... It's not quite functional. The Mask of the Shade of Ecria. When I wear it, I feel transformed into something closer to a spirit. I don't feel human anymore. And this use of commas is, frankly, just bizarre, unforgivable. That part I'm mostly joking about, but it does kind of baffle me how bad video games generally are about their grammar and punctuation. This stuff's not that hard, and it's actually very cheap to hire somebody to just do some copy editing. Relative to the other costs involved in game development, that one can fit inside of the rounding errors. And I'm not saying that it should always be me, but I am saying, dear video game developers, my rates are very reasonable. And I actually do know what I'm doing. I have most of an English degree. Okay, so do we need to go back to the dude, or can we just go straight to the part where we use the mask to intimidate the guards? Let's try... Where the heck is my bike? It's over there somewhere. It is trying to navigate Ecria to reach us. Did it always make that noise? Okay. So... Yeah. I mean, it's a cool mask. There's no two ways about that. If we don't have to give it back, this is our new walking around mask. Hello, I'm very famous and important. No, not yet? Okay. Let's go talk to the old man real quick and see if I... Damn it, I hit... I hit a slightly uneven piece of terrain and this bike is very unstable. Come on. It's really, really awkward to turn. We do need to come over here and talk to Sandeep anyway, now that we got the power back on, so... It's been a long time since I saw that old thing. When you wear the mask of the shade, there is no greater ally than darkness and dread. Ah, wait until nightfall, then proceed to the guard station. Evade their eyes until the moment you must strike. Oh, I thought I was intimidating them. He hisses the last bit, dripping with venom. Show them the shade. I shiver. Are you ready to do this, Glider? I am ready. I will do that. Go ahead and fast forward me to nighttime. Is it just me? Did anyone else understand that what we were going to be doing here was intimidating them? I didn't realize if I'm just signing up to do violence, I could do that in my normal mask. I did not realize that those things all moved around independently. That's properly creepy. I like this mask very much. You know, I was thinking. Oh no, it's one of these. No, this one's interesting. Doubtful, but I don't know. Tell me anyway. Listening to you is marginally better than the wind. I definitely want to know what he's going to say. Thank you. I was thinking about how I've seen plenty of Nimor plants, but I've never really thought about what's inside them. You know? Like, what's inside a Nimor plant? It's glowing. Well, yeah, obviously. I know it's glowing, but, like, why? What causes the light? I have no idea what that camera angle is supposed to be showing us. I don't know. Glowing stuff. Why do you think about these things? What's the point? No, actually, I really want to keep listening. I don't know. What do you think about? Normal things. Boring things, more like. The guards lapse into silence. Time to make myself known. I'm sad that that did not go further and get more ridiculous. Apparently, I have no idea where I am that they can see me. I appreciate that they're doing like a horror movie thing here. It's very funny within the engine to create the sequence that is shot like a horror movie, but the geography of it doesn't make any kind of sense. That's cute. That's very cute. Okay, good. It was just intimidation. I don't feel like I struck at all. I'm buzzing with nervous excitement, and maybe a touch of power, but I tell myself it's only to ensure that I give back the mask and continue my gliding. This is not the time to take up the mantle of vigilante. I approach the boy, who seems no worse for wear, and possibly even entertained by the guard's reaction. He waves. When I speak, I maintain the illusion. My voice is not quite so searing as the shades must have been, but it is a worthy affect. Oh, man. I'm not going to be able to do a worthy affect. And I'm certainly not going to try to do a Batman voice. Loudly, I call him Son of Maz and declare that he is free to go and return to his father. Oh, that's right. We never actually get dialogue lines from the perspective of our character. We just get narration about what we've said. What? Who are you? I tell him I am the Shade of Ecria and do a pose that might help him along. No, Maz is the Shade of Ecria, and he isn't my father. My father's dead. My heart stops. Now I too am dead. But Maz takes care of me. He takes care of all of us. My heart resumes beating. Did he send you? The Shade sends himself. And did he really say I was his son? Yeah, I mean, he knew I wasn't. The boy laughs a little, something like relief. Yeah, he says that to us, calls us sons and daughters, but I didn't know if he really meant it. Thank you. I'll get back to him now. Without another word, he is off. I don't want to give back the mask. I like this mask very much. Okay, can't actually move. A little concerned about that. Should I have been loaded out of the scene? Escape's not working. Can't bring up the menu. Well, see, now this is a concern. Yeah, we're getting some of that dodgy shading going on that building over there, like I was saying earlier. I think we may have soft locked. Okay. I'm going to pause the recording here, and we'll just, I'll see you in a second. All right, welcome back. I did, in fact, I had to close the game from the task manager and relaunch it, and then I had to redo the quest, which I mean is just like watching the thing happen. And this time when it ended, I was allowed to move. So I guess that's how that's going to be some of the time. Not ideal, you know? It's good when things work. Maz's posture has softened when I see him again, like the weight's gone. He's happy. I ask if the boy returned to him, and he nods. Thank you. He's safe with his brothers and sisters. I ask him how many there are. Oh, nearly a dozen. Orphans all, and the kindest young people you'll ever meet. Being the Shade, I saw much of the city's true face, and I suppose I found an even more important role to play. I would have taken up the mask again myself, but if I was discovered, then what would happen to them, you know? I tell him I understand, and I think that Maz is far more helpful than the Shade. He shrugs. Perhaps, but why don't you keep the mask? There might be use for the Shade yet. Farewell, Glider. Yeah, hell yeah. Hell yes, I will keep the mask. So, it's probably pretty easy to be Batman of, like, 10 buildings, you know? So when it is possible for you to personally know every person who might be involved in a crime, and you know, the whole game is about climbing and stuff. It's still a little wiggy. It could work more smoothly. Hey, my dude. Ah, Glider. You did a brilliant job getting the power back on. I don't know if you could hear it, but there was a tremendous noise. The whole town was delighted. I'm always hearing tremendous noises out here. Yeah, all in a day's work. I'm very impressive, is the thing. Your work is appreciated, and you are valued. Now, he leans in. How about our little investigation? Any useful evidence? Well, yes, there is evidence. I don't know that I have a narrative to build off of the evidence, though. Pardon me. So what did you find when you searched the heart? Well, I did find that the window was smashed. Definitely from the inside. Wait, did it say it's presumably how the culprit got inside? Because that's the opposite of what we found. It was presumably how the culprit got outside. And what did you find when you searched the heart? I also found a feather. So just the culprit may have left it behind. It might have been an accident. And then I pause a moment with some drama and whisper that it could also be a calling card. Sandip crosses his arms, nodding furiously. And then I also found the note. Listed the debts owed to the merchants. Was this left there on purpose, I wonder aloud? Or did the foolish culprit drop it by accident? I don't know why they would have it with them. Like, it's definitely planted. And also, the socket for the core was in perfect condition, flawless, even to one such as myself, who is decidedly not an expert. I can't tell if it was flawless or not. I posit that whoever removed the core knew what they were doing and didn't want to damage it. Sandeep seems to like the sound of this. I think that's it. I think that's all we saw. So, like, that kind of suggests the machinist, right? All right, let's go through the case against Hamza. What's his motive? Does he hate atomic technology? Is that a thing that's true? He definitely owed money. I'm gonna say not sure. Okay, so you're not gonna give me anything interesting. Hold on a second. I do want to go back to him because we learned some interesting information about some mushrooms that I think maybe bears some questioning. Can I ask you anything of actual interest? Okay, you're a suspect now, apparently. Any idea why someone might have taken the core? Whatever the reason, it's been terrible for business. And where were you when the power went out? I've decided all of a sudden that I'm suspicious of you. Same place I am every day, here in the cafe. Yeah, I don't think it was her, probably. There's people coming and going every day in this town. Could be anyone. She's also completely useless. Was Garay in your cafe when the power went out? I mean, that's a weird question to ask, because he told us that he was, but just seconds later he told us that that was a lie. So, like, why even bother asking her about it? Rita shakes her head, which makes the answer a surprise. Oh, yes, wait, shakes her head. Shakes her head means no, so yeah, I guess that does make the yes a surprise. Getting into his usual trouble, showing up drunk, barking an insult at some poor patron, and before I know it, I've got to break up another fist fight. Didn't he tell us? He told us that he was here, and then he told us, well, actually, I was around or something. Alright, well, Garay owes her for some broken glass. That's not super useful. I mean, I didn't think it was Garay anyway. Garay successfully convinced me that he is too small time for such a thing. Let's go ask the mechanist about... Well, let's see if we have any more questions. It's entirely possible that dude just staged the state of his workshop here. I do think it's weird that the question of what happened to his workshop is not a thing we've been able to raise with anybody else, including the guard. I have some questions about the power cut, but the dialogue cursor is not present. And I can't use my mouse for this interaction either. Oh, I can scroll wheel. This, okay. All right. Escape does not get me out of the interaction. Uh-oh. Friends, I think we may have minorly soft locked again. Yeah, neither the mouse nor the keyboard is allowing me to negotiate this dialogue. You know what we might do? We might give Sable a little bit of a rest until it is patched or something, because this is getting a little... okay, well, I guess... Hold on a second. I'm going to pause the recording again and just crash this out and get back into the game. And I'll see you in a moment. Okay, here we are in the dialogue with the ability to actually select options. It seems like the game does an autosave at the end of every dialogue interaction. So I was when I reloaded, I was just over at Sandeep, which is cool, but also information that I shouldn't have to know. Anyway, I have some questions about the power cut. Am I allowed to ask about... No, we're not allowed to, like, put questions to his motive. We already asked all of this stuff, right? Yeah, he was the one who thought it was Iria. So Iria has a financial motive. We don't exactly know why Hamza would want to do it, but it seems like Hamza's the one... It seems like Hamza's the one who could have done it. I have no idea. Okay, we don't have any new bike parts. We're good. I have no idea what the import of the feather is supposed to be. Let's look around town a little bit more before we go. Don't climb that. There's not like anything around here. Yeah, I think we need to talk to some more people now that the town is in its like turned on state, you know? Also, we got to visit the chime maker anyway, because we have all these beetle husks. I meet a chime maker called Anne. Oh, the mask is chimey. That's cool. Like I said, there's a lot of charm going on in this game. It just has some other stuff as well. Wow, 100 whole cuts. That's it? That's it? That's the whole... Hold on a second. I got some questions for you. We chat about Anne's work. Nope, I am not allowed to ask you any questions. Never mind. Apparently, without me, the character decided that Anne cannot possibly be relevant to the task. What about you? What's your deal? He looks too busy to interrupt. Watching him work is mesmerizing. Sands from different parts of the world forming different colors, textures, and strengths of glass. Yeah, it's probably not a good idea to startle someone who is glass blowing. That's fair. Presumably, you could really hurt them. Well, we could press Iria again, but we're not going to get any new information, right? I am reasonably sure this is not a place we're able to go into before. Welcome to Collier's Clothing. How can I help you today? I cannot ask you any questions. Tell me about this shop. Well, this is Collier Clothing, like I just said, and this is my shop. I'm Collier, in case you didn't get that. I came to Ecria during my gliding and saw a little rundown leather shop here. Nobody cared for it, and I couldn't help strike a deal with the old owners to take it off their hands. Now I'm still learning the trade. Was that sentence? Okay, whatever. But the locals and travelers seem to like what I'm selling. I even started selling some traditional Ecrian clothing recently. If you wear it around here, I'm positive the Ecrians will take you as one of their own. I wonder if that's just flavor text, or if there's actual mechanical, like, investigative benefit. Can I see what you have? Well, I mean, the Ecrian stuff is really cheap. Let's see. I'm gonna buy these, and then we'll throw them on real quick and see if they have any effect. I am keeping my shade mask, though, because of course I am. It's the best mask. I can't imagine we're going to find one that I like better. You know, it's not a terrible look. Yeah, it's not bad. Alright, let's see if we could treat it any differently at all. Oh, the power's back on. Did you do that? So far, no. My guess would be no. My guess is that this is not like a real statement of effect. Yep, we are definitely being treated exactly the same. I feel like an accusation feels very premature here. There's got to be somebody we haven't talked to yet, because presumably we're not going to get new information from anyone. Where is the scrapyard's out in front of town, right? We should probably swing through there, because we did pick up a fair amount of scrap that I would like to have converted into dollars. Hi there. I saw you get that flower over there. It's amazing. You're such a good hoverer. I can't wait for my gliding. I want to hover too. I look down at the child before me as they bob with excitement and tell them their gliding will be on them sooner than they know, and that then they'll be able to pick as many oasis flowers as they like. Oh, that's in forever. I need a flower now. Could you maybe give it to me, please? The flower? I mean, I have literally no use for this. Sure, it's all yours. I hand them the flower and they squeal with delight. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. They dig around in their pocket for a moment and pull something out. I expect it to be a little bug or some dirt or possibly an old toy, but instead they produce an entertainer's badge. Why would I expect it to be a little bug? Here, you're really nice, so you can have this. I ask if they wouldn't prefer to hang on to it. I mean, there's plenty of use for such things later, but I get a shake of the head. I think this one's for you. I'll get my own one day. I'm sure you will. The thing is, this was yours? You say you'll get your own, but this was your own. We've not been down here, I don't think. Aha. 24 of them. No idea what they do. Okay, the other ones are closed. And now the real question, how the hell do I get out of the water on this side? I guess I just go over here. I will be happy to be away from swimming. At the moment, I really feel like we'd be making a pretty blind guess with an accusation. Really, nobody seems to think anybody was involved except for, nobody has a narrative to sell us, except for the machinist saying that he figures the merchant did it because she could make money off of the chaos. Which makes it really feel like the culprit is probably either the merchant or the machinist. But really, it could be either of them. Wait, am I misremembering? Where in the heck? You know, I totally am misremembering. It wasn't here. It was Burnt Oak Station. It was where the little machinist area was, right outside the city, or the scrap buyer. Well, that's fine. We'll head back there at some point. So I mean, maybe I just want to let this go for now. We have a lot more exploring we can do. We can come back and make some kind of wild accusations later. To be perfectly honest with you, I do feel like this mystery is not as interesting to me as just continuing to explore. But now that we know these clothes don't do anything, I am going to change again. So what do I think is... What's the right look? You know, the machinist top is not bad. Oh wait, can I really not rotate my character on the screen? I don't think I can. What a bizarre... Oh, there, the mouse all of a sudden... Okay. That's fine. I'll use the keyboard, I suppose. Like, this is a cool look, right? Oh my god. Just let me select things. Criminy. Yeah, that's a good look. It goes back and forth between you can use the mouse and you can't use the mouse pretty much arbitrarily, it feels like. And if it is in you can't use the mouse mode, then... Or when it switches from can't use to can use, it usually disables the keyboard for a couple of seconds. I just, like... Who tested this? Who made sure this actually functioned? At some point, eventually, we're going to be really glad that we have all these eggs, I bet. I don't know when that would be or where, but... Is that another one? I think it is. May as well call for our bike, because I think we're going to be getting out of here in a second. Like, we'll come back and worry about this mystery. I just want to go exploring. So wait, where was it? Was that on top of this? Was it that one? Well, it's definitely not that one. Oh yeah, there we are. Is my bike on the way? It says it should be... Okay, there it is. Yep, and into the lake real quick. Alright. Good. Just wait here. So I don't actually know if... Is this the right way to approach this? Maybe. Here, it looks like it's got a sort of a sloped side. Let's see about this approach. Yeah, that'll work. Alright, I guess I should check. Hold on. Let me make sure there wasn't anything else that we were supposed to be doing here. The Bridge of the Betrayed, southwest of Burnt Oak Station in the Northern Badlands, which doesn't make sense because southwest of Burnt Oak Station is not the Northern Badlands. Right, the ring-shaped artifact, sure. Ask around Ekria for information about the power cut. See, that one's not filled in, which makes me wonder if there's a person I haven't spoken to yet. We'll come back to it. Look for more of Saren's terminals, which I think means look for more pieces of ships, because I'm pretty sure there weren't any more in that one ship. Ask around at Seven Sisters Station to find out how to catch glowworms. Yeah, we could do this. Oh, right. You know what? We're still quite close to thieving Magpie to Five Bells. Let's do that now. Okay, yep, and metal to Alton at Burnt Oak Station. Yeah, I don't know if they told me explicitly where the well is. Okay, looks like maybe they did. Ow. Sure, that could be a well. Awful lot of buzzards circling. Jeez. Okay, I guess this technically counts as a well. I don't know. Let's start with this. Locked. It does contain some kind of mechanism. And perhaps a nice, easy-to-enter hole in the roof, right? Oh, I'm actually not even allowed to try to climb those. This, on the other hand... Yeah, this looks very climbable. Yep, thanks, camera. By the way, 0 mouse movement to make that whole thing happen. Okay. Nope, not allowed to move any of that. Do I think there's a reason to try to climb on top of that mechanism? Probably not. Alright, you know what? Let's just jump in. Oh. Okay. Well, the good news is that the hover auto-deploys to save your life, because I really assumed the water was deep, and that's not a good assumption to make. I have no idea what I am doing with these butterflies. Just folding them nicely and placing them in my pocket, perhaps. Hey there, you're a climber. Micah's voice is ragged, and he has the look of someone who spent just slightly too long down a well. A little sandy and tattered. I am, in fact, here to rescue you. Sable, thank you so much. How did you know I was here? I informed Micah that Bashir sent me. Oh, no. Why is that bad? I was so stupid with him. Arrogant and rude. He's always telling me to be more careful, not to go off hunting alone. And I'm always so silly with him. It's so pointless. But I always feel like I have to prove something. Like, the more he tells me to be careful, the less I want to. But it's for no reason. I'm just being difficult for the sake of it. This is a level of self-awareness that you usually don't get from people who are that difficult. Look, let's just get you out of here. You keep having these revelations. I'll figure out a way to raise this platform, I guess. Yep, can't walk, but thought he might use the crane. Can't access the controls. Good news, I'm here now. I found this key. It should let you in. From there, you can use the crane. Okay. So now all we have to do is climb out of here, you know? But first, let's fold up another bug and just jam them in my pocket. Look at what a comforting presence I am. There really are a lot of just like loose bugs. This one is too high to be collected. Do I need to be jumping right as you come down? Huh. Well, okay, a thing I learned is that if you press U's in the air, it makes the bubble happen. Nope, if you just stand still and mash the button, it gets done eventually. Yeah, I think with all of these, it's just a matter of standing in exactly the right place and just mashing the button until the thing comes low enough. And each one of these is like 5 cuts, right? Maybe we could find a merchant who is a little bit more interested in bugs, though. Do they have lepidopterists in that world? In this world? I can tell you what the mask would look like right now. It would have a fierce proboscis. You know, they're not the only kind of loot, but they do feel like they're the majority of the loot in the game. Like in terms of when you go out of your way to find a corner or something. When you are presented with 2 roads and one of them is progress, the other one has a chum at the end of it. So you would think it would be more obvious what these chum eggs are used for. You know, so that you feel like you're actually accomplishing something by finding one. Okay, so that's... We would get those by just being on the platform as it's going up, I guess. I gotta tell you, this is not quite turning out to be the epic adventure of climbing that I was expecting. This is mostly pretty straightforward. Well, this is not where I thought we were going to use that. Let me go have a quick chat with Micah here. Sable, yes, whatever you did there, it seems to be working. Just keep at it. Okay. Well, hopefully this key is good for all of the doors in the area. You cannot jump off of a ladder. You can only fall off of a ladder, apparently. Is there anything else hidden around? No. So these bugs that were floating in the center of the well area are significantly below where the platform is now. I'm not really sure what the intended way of collecting them is, but I also know I don't care very much. Is there a chum around here? Nope. Doesn't look like there's any reason to continue going that way. Although it can be a little hard to tell in this game. Sometimes things draw in pretty close. Okay, you cannot collect a thing in the air. Is this... Nope, that's a rock. The funny thing is, we went all the way out of our way to grab that butterfly there, but if I had known for sure that the thing floating there was just 5 cuts, I can't imagine I would have bothered. I guess we don't know for sure that all the butterflies are going to do is sell for 5 cuts, but we certainly have plenty of reason to suspect. Okay, so how do I get up from here? I need that ladder. We can probably float that distance, right? Oh yeah, I'm fine. Where did Micah even get this key? Okay, that platform definitely clipped through some of the boards. Whatever, it's fine. How can I ever thank you? You know, I wouldn't say no to a little token. I want a climber badge. I know you have a climber badge. I tell Micah I wouldn't say no to a little something. He chuckles and reaches into his pocket. Well, I do have this to give you. Damn straight. I'm going back to 5 bells. I should be fine. Walking's a little easier than climbing right now. You're my savior, Sable. If you ever decide to become a climber, you've got my endorsement. Take care, all right? I'm sure he would have given me the climbing badge, no matter what I said. But hey, we're almost officially a climber. It is sort of a weird thing. Like, how does this actually work? How many badges are there out in the world? And, like, how do people get given these badges? And do these badges have any value for anyone except a person who is on their gliding? Ooh, hold on a second. What is this? A cache of 100 cuts. Made from metal harvested from crashed ships, they have holes punched through the middle where a rope can be slid through for easy and convenient transportation. Ah. It's weird that this is the moment where we're getting that information, right? All of a sudden, we know these things about cuts. This is a weird little crevice in the rock. Okay, definitely no way through there. It's like this kind of stuff. This world's a big, big place. And I imagine it could take you really, really quite some time to cover the whole thing. So QA for something like this has got to be a nightmare, right? I mean, to be perfectly honest with you, even like thinking outside of the material constraints of an indie project, I wonder how, like, Nintendo does it. Oh, hold on now. Are those really just rings out in the middle of nowhere that we've never seen before? Sure looks like it. Well, that's resolvable. Well, now that is quite something over there. We're going to have a look at that in a second. I wonder... You know, with the ships, it can just be like, ah, this thing crashed. But this is clearly something somebody set up, and then nobody has bothered to mess with in quite some time. I'm just curious about the logistics of that, I guess. Who is responsible? Alright, well. Another one of these, much like the eggs. When we figure out what it's for, I'm sure we'll be happy we have so many. So I kind of can't tell. Is that metal up there? Like right in front of us? Or is it just weirdly... No, it's definitely metal, because those are support struts. Okay, this is definitely something of some import, and not a place we've been before, right? No, definitely not. Okay. Well, let's have a look. Thank you, camera. Excellent work there. The whale. Well, okay, that's annoying. I was following that cable. Hold on. Let me get distracted here for a moment. What is that sound? Something down here is definitely still running. Also, how do these things get everywhere? I guess maybe the noise was that thing, whatever that is. Aw. I was kind of hoping that if I sprinted first, I'd get a nice baseball slide going. Apparently, no such luck. All right, what did that do? Okay, well that definitely doesn't work. What's going on in here? We'll find the other end of that power cable presently, I'm sure. Not before we find this chum. Oh, it has changed color. Okay, so it looks like this is probably a bike thing. We're gonna need to get down there pretty quickly. So let's go see where the other end of this thing actually lies before we hit it again. This is going to be a problem. Trying to go quickly with the steering and camera control of this bike. So is it around here or is it... Okay. Down the big tube, it looks like. Okay, maybe not. Nope, nope, stupid bike. Go that way. Okay. Yeah, I guess it's just this big door. I don't know why, like, I looked at this and I was like, oh, it runs past that garage door. But no, it probably is the door, right? Alright, well, let's just hit the button and see if we can't get over there fast enough. No idea if the timing is, like, actually tight. You know what, let me park the bike going the right way here. And then, of course, Sable has to be difficult about even getting on the bike. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Okay, not actually as tight as I thought it was going to be. Well, and to be honest with you, this doesn't seem like an area that's, like, important. There's probably some loot in here, though. It's flawless. Perfect. Exactly how I meant to execute that. Yeah, wow. I think that was it. I think it was one piece of scrap metal and 20 cuts. Oh, and also a chum. Well, all is forgiven then. You can never have enough chums. Also, this doesn't just stay open permanently? And they're not going to let me climb the thing? Okay. Alright, you know what? This mild inconvenience is, I think, where we're going to stop for today. Thank you all so much for watching. This is just, things could be a little bit smoother. And when you come back next time tomorrow, I have no doubt that they will be. We're definitely going to get out of this ship and not starve to death in here. And then, I guess, more adventures. And we'll see you then.